Recording in progress.
Hey everybody, it is Mike, 55 years young, talking about Jordan Peterson. You know who he is? Give me a yes down in the comments if you know who he is. And guess what? I don't know if you knew this or not, because I was watching some of his stuff recently. He's chronically ill. He's in the hospital most of September. I'm recording this video in October of 2025. He's been in the hospital, I think, even August, a good part of the summer. And I want to read to you what his daughter and others say is the problem with him, and could his problems be the result of the food that he eats? And I believe the answer is yes. I'll give you the short answer right now, and I'm going to explain why here in this video. All right. So Jordan Peterson, I'm going to read word for word off the LLM. He's a Canadian psychologist, former college professor. He goes on tour giving speaking, has his YouTube channel, has a podcast. He's been grappling with severe health issues that began in the summer of 2025 and escalated dramatically, landing him in the ICU for nearly a month. As of October 2025, his daughter, Michaela Peterson, provided the most recent public update, stating that he remains in the hospital, but has been transferred out of the ICU to a less acute recovery ward. She describes his recovery as slow and scary, with no clear timeline for his return to public life. You may know or may not know that you don't want to ever check into a hospital, because 1/3 of people that check into hospitals never leave alive. It's not good, especially if it's a lifestyle disease, non-communicable disease, which 90% of all medical costs in the U.S. are. You just got to do your homework, which is what we can help you with, some positive peer pressure, and you won't ever have to go in probably. All right, she describes recovery as slow and scary with no clear timeline. Underlying condition, the root cause, this is what they're saying anyway, okay, for Jordan Peterson. The root cause of Jordan Peterson's problems appear to be a flare-up of chronic inflammatory response syndrome, CIRS, an immune system dysfunction Michaela attributes to, quote, decades of mold exposure, unquote. Now, on our health optimization cruise coming up this year in 2026, I'm going to give a lecture that I'm putting together on indoor air quality, and mold is part of that. So this caught my eye because I do know that this is a real problem. But the question in my mind is that the underlying root cause of all of what's going on to Jordan Peterson right now is keeping him in the hospital? Because you'd think if these hospitals know what they're doing, they're not exposing him to mold right now. And as we know, the body's regenerative, meaning as long as you take away what's causing the harm, as long as you haven't waited too long, it should regenerate. All right, this CIRS was acutely triggered in August 2025 when Peterson helped clean out his late father's basement, exposing him to a particularly moldy environment. He insists it's the cause of long-standing symptoms, including random severe allergies, food sensitivities, and neurological problems not related to past medication issues like benzodiazepine withdrawal from 2020. I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's an addictive substance, it sounds like. Some online speculation links his all-beef carnivore diet to these woes, but his family has never cited that as a factor. Well, of course I am citing that as a factor. And anybody who cares about Jordan Peterson, or anybody who's eating the carnivore diet and is not getting positive results, because all we care about are positive results, please share this video. Because first of all, let me say that what we recommend is basically the 12-step program for life, which is the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine combined with the 6 pillars of healthy vegan food right behind me. Learn more at healthyveganfood.info. Learn more about both of these things on our website, plantbaseddiet.org. Right up at the top, pinned to the top, you'll see both of those 6 pillars, the 12-step program. All right, acute complications, he lists some other: pneumonia, neurological symptoms, on and on and on. Okay, so let me get into why I think there's a connection here with what he's eating and what Dr. Peterson should do. So if anybody has some connections with him, please share this video with him. This is, of course, you know, I already gave it away. It's a 12-step program, the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine combined with the 6 pillars of healthy vegan food. Now, I see Dr. Peterson's videos from time to time, and he's always sitting down. I am standing up. I'm standing up. Okay. Sitting is the new smoking. That's part of the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine, is getting enough vigorous aerobic exercise every single day. I'm sure he's not. So that's part of it. But a bigger problem, as I've asked the LLMs, and the reason why I got this together, okay, that I just read to you, is from one of the LLMs, like ChatGPT or Grok, AI stuff. I said, Is it possible that the health issues that Jordan Peterson is having right now are the result of eating a very low to no fiber combined with a very high percentage of calories from fat diet? And of course, I believe that there is a correlation there. And of course, guess what? The LLMs also believe there's a correlation, because even if the carnivore diet helps somewhat, and I think his daughter lost, I don't know, like 250, 300 pounds or something, from what I've heard about her recently on her own podcast. And she attributes that to eating carnivore. Even if you replace something that's good, or you replace something that's bad with something that's good, which is the carnivore. I guess it's good. So it's better than what they were doing. The reality is that when you do something long term and your body rebalances, which it always does, you just need to keep going. You need to keep doing the best that you can. Otherwise, that non-communicable disease will rear its head. I've seen many ex-vegans who have quit because they say, oh, this diet made me deficient in this and deficient in that, and so on and so forth. Well, that's because they weren't aware of what they were doing. They were just doing something that was overall better than what they had been doing, which was probably the standard American diet. So they saw lots of positive results, positive progress for some time. And then all of a sudden they got to the point where the progress stopped and they started to go backwards. And that's what we're seeing with Dr. Jordan, with Jordan. No, sorry. Did I say Dr. Jordan before? Dr. Peterson, Jordan Peterson. That's what's happening with him, in my opinion, in terms of my observation of what's going on, is that he's at that stage now where he's gotten all the benefits he was going to get from that diet. Because, by the way, all diets work. All right, all diets work because it's always going to be better than what you were doing. The problem is, once you start and you see that those positive progress and results in the beginning, which you always do, at some point you're going to reach the limits of that change quickly unless you continue to evolve. You continue along your journey. And it's always a learning experience, life. And life always wants you to learn. It always wants to continue. So it's going to express non-communicable disease. Whenever it expresses non-communicable disease, that's your body telling you that you're doing something wrong, and it's asking you to change your ways. So some of the things that I hear that are happening to Jordan Peterson are non-communicable diseases. All the stuff I read to you, and there may be a few other things, non-communicable diseases. He didn't catch them from anyone. Now, he's saying that he caught it from mold. But if he's removed himself from that environment, unless he's gotten to the point where the mold was so severe that it's shutting his body down and he'll soon be dead because of the mold alone, then I don't think he has. I think he's feeding himself food that maybe it could be, you could say that, hey, it's this mold because it's not getting better and I'm feeding myself a solid meat diet. Okay, but it's a solid meat diet that's the problem. That's your limit. That's your limiting factor, not the mold. Don't try to say that thing that's outside of control that happened in the past is my limiting factor. I hear that a lot with different people in different aspects of life. That thing that happened in the past that was outside of my control is what is now holding me back. In almost every case, that's not true. The body's regenerative. Like I said, the only reason something like that would be holding you back is if you're totally closed-minded and or you've reached that point when your body is actually going to shut down because it doesn't believe you anymore that you're going to fix this non-communicable disease issue. So what Dr. Peterson needs to do, Jordan Peterson, is he needs to eat lots of fiber. It's needed for gut health. He needs to eat a very low percentage of calories from fat, which is 10% maximum for all foods that he eats. And just follow the 6 pillars of healthy vegan food at healthyveganfood.info. All the info's there. You can pass it along to Dr. Peterson if you know him. And I am pretty sure he got nothing to lose, right? Why wouldn't he want to try this at this point in time? He's a smart guy. And yeah, I'll agree. Whatever he did with his carnivore diet got him to a better state. But look, it's he's gone through all those benefits, and his body has realized that this balance point that we're at with this lifestyle, and it's more than just the food. Make sure he follows the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine and get a doctor that's board certified in lifestyle medicine too for some medical advice. But he's reached that point of diminishing returns or no returns, and actually complaints from the body because you're not making progress anymore. It liked that progress in the beginning, whatever he did. So I'm glad he did it, but he's got to keep learning. And he's a smart guy. Was a college professor. Doesn't he want to keep learning? The body is trying to teach him something. His body is trying to teach him something, in my opinion. If you agree, let me know here in the comments. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Explain yourself. I want to hear this, and please pass this along to somebody that maybe has an opinion on Jordan Peterson or could help Jordan Peterson, because that's what I really want to do. That's why I'm making this video. So I want this to get a little bit of some eyeballs on it. I want it to get passed on to Jordan Peterson, and I would like to see if he can stay compliant to the 6 pillars of healthy vegan food, along with the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine. And by the way, you can't really do this in a hospital. It's one of the reasons I said stay away from hospitals. They don't follow this protocol unless you got a doctor in there that's board certified in lifestyle medicine. And find one fast, or bring one in from the outside to consult with you, or maybe go back to your house if you can and bring your medical professionals to you there. Your own, I mean, he's got enough money. He's got to have enough money. He can get his own cohort of the best people in there that are board certified in lifestyle medicine, and get that medical advice flowing to him. That's going to benefit him, because whatever the standard stuff is that's in the hospital, it's not going to benefit him, unfortunately. I mean, they'll do their best to keep him alive, but they're not going to allow him to thrive. They're not going to allow his conditions to reverse. They're not going to teach him the habits to bring your body in balance and eradicate all non-communicable disease. That's what we want to see. So I think I've said all I'm going to say about this, all that can be said about it. The rest is up to Jordan Peterson. The ball's in Jordan's court is where it is right now. And I really hope that he chooses, because he has such a great audience, if he chooses this other path that may result in some positive results, that's all we care about, is positive results. I don't think he's waited too long. It could be that he did, but I don't think that he did. I think he's got time. So I'm hopeful, and please give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't already, and pass this along to somebody that can benefit. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.